So this is week 3, and we were asked to speak on a couple of things. Uh, we're asked to speak on data definition language. We will discuss primary key, we'll discuss foreign key, and others. So here we can look at what we term as data definition language (DDL). So what is data definition language? We say data definition language is a set of SQL commands that are used to define and manage the structure of databases and objects. On our last slide, we say some commonly used DDL commands include create, alter, and drop. So the create defines new objects like creating tables. The alter modify existing objects like add or remove columns, and then drop. This deletes objects permanently. So we're going to be looking at it in code. So here's our SQL Server Management Studio. Because of time, we've already prepared this code and we've executed it, but we just want to talk a little bit about it. So this here, firstly, we created a table that we name parent table, parent IDP, and then we also created uh, another table we call child IDP, and we created it on this database which is testdb. So you can see the table here. This is the table, child IDP and parent IDP. So we created these two. You can see we use several DDL. We use the create here, and then we set our primary key, which is the parent ID, and then also for our child IDP, we also created another table for it. So you can see here on our parent IDP, you can see our primary key, and then here we this is where we created our foreign key. So you can see one of the DDL command that we use here is alter. We alter the child table. So we say alter table is a child table. Then we add a constraint and give you a name fk child. And then the foreign key is the child ID. So you can see here on this column, here's a child ID, and then we reference the parent IDP table. We reference it, uh, and then we also reference the primary key of the parent IDP. So you can see here, so this is how we created our foreign key, and this is how we created the tables. So we also added some data to it. So let's see what are those. I want to select from sorry, DB, and then we also want to select uh, from parent DB and parent IDP. Sorry, this is the IDP. Okay, so you can see here when we run this, just this block of code, and boom, there we have it. So these are the data that we added. You can see it. We added them. So that's it. And you can see here also we make use of the null command. You'll see everywhere we say not null. So because we need all of these information, if we never needed them, we could just set it to null. That is, it can remain empty. But remember, for primary keys, they are never empty. They must always be filled in. So just to show you how we added these here, So you can see this. This is our code. This is what we use to insert all of these data. So just so you know. And for our DB2D school, we cover all of these from CreateDB to SQL data types. But the thing about it is that our progress is not actually showing, even though we answer and do all the exercises, because my trial has ended. So I'm not able to view my progress. You can see it has ended. However, we did the exercises. So let's just show you the answers that we created. Uh, created templates, exercises. So you can see here, some of them they are not showing. I don't know why, if it is the subscription. However, let's look at the exercises we did. So let's look at create table. Okay. So you see, what is the primary purpose of the SQL create table statement? To create a new table in a database. You just have to select the reference question here and then say correct. You want to go again. They say which of the following statement will create a data name box with columns for ID, title, and author. So this is it. It says create write the correct SQL statement to create a new table called person. So all we need to do here we say create table person. So this is it. So this is how we created this is how we answer all of the questions. So to conclude, we talk about DDL, data definition language. We spoke of primary keys. We spoke of foreign keys. We talked about constraints and nodes, and also a default value. And we demonstrated these in our SQL Server Management Studio. So yes, that is it, and thank you for watching.